Hey, Seal 1 gets compared to Frog Lube a lot. Can't imagine why. Well, they are different. I mean, they are very different. With Frog Lube, you need degreaser solvent, lubricant, and protection. How many different types of Frog Lube do you really need? It's just too much and way more work than it needs to be. You want the answer? Seal 1. It's one and done. Wipe it on, wipe it off, and you're done. Don't fool around with Frog Lube. Buy some now at seal1.com, or wherever you buy your cleaners, ask them if they don't have it. Grab you some Seal 1. All right, this is our favorite segment. We wait for it every single week, and it's sponsored by Seal 1. They see it's just as important as we do. And this is Sam the Gunman. How you doing, buddy?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Not doing too shabby. Just cranking out a couple hours of radio, and we got a question for you. You want me to take it?
Go for it, Dave.
All
How
right.
you doing, Sam?
I'm well. How are you?
Good.
All right. Eric from El Cajon asks, what was the first commercially available Magnum cartridge?
That's a good question.
Eric from El Cajon. Thanks for writing in. What was the first commercially available Magnum cartridge? Now, Magnum, there are no Magnum police who, well, that sounds like it should be an 80s buddy cop show.
Magnum Police.
Magnum PI.
Like a low rent
There was a
knockoff
Magnum
of
PI.
Magnum PI. But there are no Magnum police who will come around and arrest a cartridge manufacturer for calling something Magnum.
Mm-hmm.
There's no legal definition of what it is, but what it means is a derivative of an existing cartridge that is just more powerful and uses a larger case. So, to my knowledge...
Same projectile, but larger case, right?
Yeah, same projectile, larger case. They stretch it. To my knowledge, I'm not 100% on this, but to my knowledge, the first commercially available Magnum cartridge would have been 357, because that came around, back in the 30s or so. All it is 38 special plus another eighth of an inch so that you don't accidentally load it into the wrong gun. But there may have been one before that, but I want to say it was 357.
This guy claims, Eric.
Well, let's see if he knows who the manufacturer is.
Well, actually, wait a minute. Could it have been 32 H&R? I don't know how old that is.
No,
Did I see?
it's not that either.
Nope.
So it's British. I'll give you a hint. You didn't get it, but let's see. Let's just take it a little.
Well, he got
further.
the 357.
No, he didn't. No. Well, now you just.
Now, hold on one second
just gave it
here.
away. All right, go ahead.
I did Google the answer, and
Yeah?
and Sam has everything word for word correct in his answer when I Googled
Really?
the answer correct. Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
so this is what this person writes. The British firm Holland & Holland pioneered Magnum rifle cartridges. The first of these was the 375 H&H Magnum, introduced in 1912. The 375 H&H was a true Magnum cartridge in that it was based on a big case and delivered higher ballistic performance than previous cartridges of the same caliber. So why wouldn't that count? Why is he wrong?
Yeah, what have you got?
No, that sounds right to me. I wasn't familiar with 375 H&H, but that sounds right.
Well, what was the answer you got, Brendan?
Word for word on Google, it says the 357 Magnum cartridge was the first commercially available Magnum cartridge introduced in 1935 by Smith & Wesson in Winchester. The 375 Magnum was chambered in a large frame Smith & Wesson Model 27 revolver and was designed for daily use with a pressure level of 40,000 psi. This was a big step up from the lower pressures that had previously been allowed for handguns and ammunition. The 357 Magnum is often used for hunting, metallic silhouette, and self-defense, and can also be effective against large game like bear and, I can't read that, ungulates? Ungulates?
Possibly. All right, so look up 375 H&H Magnum. See what it says. Introduced 1901. I wonder if it's Sam. I wonder if the key is the commercially available. Maybe the 375 H&H wasn't commercially available or something.
No, I'm not terribly familiar with old express style hunting cartridges. It's a sort of a niche within a niche that I haven't explored much, but that I have heard of the round. I'm just not familiar with it, so I'm inclined to give it to Eric.
All right, we'll give it to Eric. Let's see what it says though. Still, Brendan, if you're
Find
inclined,
I'm still looking for
Still
it
doing a little
personally.
search?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about the commercial success of this one here. So
Eric, we're still going to give you a couple of tickets to Gun Prom.
Yeah.
Congratulations! Come on out to Gun Prom and have fun.
Yeah,
Sports
I think you got me.
And yeah, all right. Well, there you go. $375 H&H.
Interesting. Hey, you got a blog in the box?
Yes, I have 2 blog posts that I haven't spoken about, and a third one coming up tomorrow. Talking about, well, I think I already let the cat out of the bag a couple of weeks ago, but talking about firearm optics. The series is called Introduction to Optics. And my aim, if you'll pardon the pun, is to include everything you always wanted to know about scopes, reflex sights, holographic sights, and that area within firearms, but we're too afraid to ask.
Okay.
That's cool, man.
Sounds like it's going to be a good one. And that'll be out next week?
Well, I already have 2 of them up. I already have the first 2 parts up. The next one is going up tomorrow morning for you guys.
Fantastic. All right. How's everything else going back there?
Can't complain.
No one's taking over the country?
Not on his watch.
Not on his watch.
Not on Magnum Police watch.
No, it's Magnum PI.
Well, that was an actual show.
I know.
That wasn't the '80s buddy cop show that we just came up with.
That's true.
What do you know about H&H? Do you know anything in particular about H&H?
Not much. I know Holland and Holland was a British manufacturer that was active around the later part of the 19th century and the early part of the 20th century. But to my knowledge, they don't exist any longer, at least not in that form. But I really don't know too terribly much about them, I must admit. Sorry to disappoint.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about them either. What you use the term express style? How would you describe an express style cartridge?
Rounds used for big game hunting generally.
Why do they?
I don't know that that's the official definition, but that's the context I always see them referred to in.
Why express? What does
Beats
that
me.
Yeah, I don't know either. You know, you actually have it now, but your grandfather had a you have a 30-06 that has Express in the title of it, and I always kind of wondered why would they call it Express. Well, there you go. Maybe we got some homework. What does the term Express mean?
Giving him homework?
Yeah, it sounds like it. I'm sorry to give you guys such a dull segment this week.
Well, I don't know.
Actually, it had more questions than answers.
What is that Winchester you have? That 30-06 Winchester 30?
It's a Remington Model 30S Express in 30-06.
Well, there's the Express.
Wait, Remington Model 30S?
Yes.
Yeah, Remington Model 30S Express. Wonder why. Wonder where the term Express comes from. Will you look it up and see if you can? Maybe you can talk about it in the next
Pony
segment?
Express. Probably used it in the Pony Express.
Sure. You know what? That's what I'll do. I will make a note right now.
And anybody that knows where that term comes from without Googling it.
Yeah, how are you going to figure that out?
We're all honest here.
Alicia's doing it right now.
Email us and let us know why the word express is used there. I remember I remember Ted Nugent was like 30 years ago, like early 90s, was he wanted to get a bunch of money together and buy a bunch of Remington Model 30S Expresses and 30-06 and send them to Africa and teach them how to hunt. Because there was a lot of starvation and poverty in Africa, and he's like, all right, let's get them all
all lined up.
Yeah, give them this particular gun.
I think they'd shoot the wrong game.
Well, I don't know.
Stranger
Who knows?
things.
Africa's a fairly big place.
Depends how hungry they are.
So. All right, Sam, awesome job.
Excellent job.
Yeah, appreciate you as always.
Thanks for having me on, as always.
All right. That's a pretty cool show. Bill Wells was a great interview.
He's a good dude. I really hope...
you don't watch much TV, but, dude, this guy went national.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on Fox News. I think he was on the California edition of it.
Yeah.
With what's his face. But I think he speaks well.
I do, too. Well,
matter of fact.
I really like his sincerity. Like I said, when he said, hey, he felt he was obligated.
Right.
He really truly meant it.
I totally agree.
He's the kind
and he
of guy.
comes into KUSI all the time. He's just as down to earth as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember he was running for Congress, actually, out in East County back when the lines were drawn differently. No, was it Congress? No, it was Assembly. Yeah, he was running for the Assembly. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
And everybody submitted their Second Amendment statement. All the candidates, said, here's what I feel about the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
And his was the best written, and he tied it back to property rights, which told me just how thoughtful he was about politics in general. It wasn't just like, well, Second Amendment, it says it in the Constitution, so there. He was talking about how, hey, that's your property. It's not just for self-defense. It's not just because, to stop tyranny or whatever. Like, he really, the importance of protecting private property was a big part of his statement. I was very impressed. He was
Absolutely.
a very impressive guy.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio. If you're watching mainstream media, you're not getting the truth about guns. Gun Owners Radio is the easiest way to stay on top of the Second Amendment fight, the fight for your self-defense rights. You can watch our live stream on YouTube every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, or if you're in San Diego, AM 1170, FM 96.1, The Answer. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform. Just search Gun Owners Radio and you'll find our show. Like and subscribe to help defend and restore the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.